Okay, hey everybody, this is Grace, and I'm going to say up front, I am triggered like you would not believe for a bunch of things, and a lot lately. A lot of things have happened lately, have just triggered me, and I haven't sat down and made a video, or gone outside and make a video, about these, and I use my videos for pressure release valve from some of the craziest stuff I've seen. And lately, and the way I want to make the video is about families. And I've studied a lot at university about families. I could go into more detail. I'll just leave it there. But and this is about several families, not just one. And I'm not even going to include my family, but I'll say that my extended family. That I will say we're not perfect either. Nobody's perfect, but we don't do certain things like be prejudiced. Yeah, we're classified as white, but we're not prejudiced. We don't judge a person by their. And these days, people use color. At university, we were taught not to use color to describe anybody, not even whites. You just don't do that. But it seems like lately, more, I don't know how many years now, that's what people want to do. I'm not a fan, but I had trouble saying, well, what would you call, because not all white people are the same, even ethnic group. And it goes on and on through that. I am not a prejudiced person. I actually taught against these things at university, college and university, so no. But what I'm seeing is people who I've spent most of my, I'd say pretty much all of my adulthood around people from other countries. Seldom am I ever from, I'm talking, where you might have them over, either you're a little more than acquaintance, but not around people like from my own ethnic group. It's been mainly from people from various countries, various ethnic groups. So, anyway, but what really bothers me is when people from other countries are slamming what they wrongfully call is American. Okay, they actually, like one just recently told me, well, when I say American, I mean you white people. No, that is wrong. Anybody who is American no matter what their ethnic group. Okay, so it's not just whites that you're going to call that. Oh, I'm telling you, you would think, I have seen it, at one point in my life I've seen it, heard about it, people doing the reverse of that. Some of them are just some such disgusting people that I know. Not really know, but have seen like online. Anyway, look at all the cows. Yeah, I've seen those since they were babies. Anyway, the calves. Okay, they were babies. But anyway, I am so triggered by all of this stuff. So I'm going to kind of do I've seen it over my lifetime. I'm 61. And I'm going to do like a, more like a, just to combine them all together, all of it. And yeah, okay. What I've seen from various ones, but not all in one family. Okay, and a lot of it is judgment about families. But it also could be just people, they could see, like you go to a store or you apply for a job or you, go through a fast food restaurant, anywhere out in public, that people just go to from time to time for whatever reason. Okay, anyway, there was a school zone there. For a minute, I went, what? Yeah, it's 3:12 on Tuesday, yeah. October 22nd, 2024. But anyway, these are people who they're not considerate of others. They think that they and their family from whatever ethnic group, they are superior to all others. And I've seen it in more than one family, more than one ethnic group. Like I said, I'm not saying my own is perfect, far from it. At times, no, nobody's perfect. Remember that. But for me, it's those being judgmental against me, or people from my culture, or people from my country, people from anything other than what they are. And they are very rude about it. I'm sitting right there, you know, like I'm invisible. And they're talking about and laughing. I mean, the cackle, you know, that I've seen heard so many times. Seen and heard. And people who have histrionic behaviors. Remember, they're superior now. In everything, they are superior. They do everything right, and they know exactly how you're supposed to do everything. Your way is wrong, their way is wrong. You know, they say that person's ethnic group, they're all wrong. They don't do that right. And they're just, like I say, just not considerate of other people. So they don't care that you're there, or you and your family, or you and whomever, because they're going to show that they're superior. Now, imagine these are people who do not bathe and shower on a regular basis. They're not considerate of others. They don't have to. Like, especially like if they're at home. Their attitude is, well, I'm at home. I don't have to shower. It can go on for months. Okay? Think about that. I'm not saying any one family. I've known a few. You would think, who is she knowing? Okay, now while I'm at a restaurant, I'm going to say this. Think of people who say they're visiting your home. They're not your family or friends or whatever. And they're staying with you for a while. And, you know, I've had this experience more than once. I'm talking more than once, you know, with people that they know you're diabetic, and you take insulin and or just pills, but you have to eat at certain times. Well, they want it to where they cook, they reorganize your kitchen because that's how they are. They're superior. They cook, they get in the kitchen, and they stay all day. I'm talking, okay, all day is a little bit stretched, but I've seen 7 to 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. In your way, if you dare to come in, they're going to be there watching you, asking you, why are you eating that? Why do you eat that? Maybe you shouldn't eat that. Maybe you should eat this. You don't like their cooking. It's like pureed, and you're not a pureed. You don't eat things like, the way it was explained to me was sheep tongue. And a lot of them in the bottom of the pot that is yours, and you're grossed out. Because they cook so long, they burn the pots. And your brand new set, they get in the middle of the kitchen. When you're in the kitchen, they have to be there. You know, the whole family, you know, too much, what's that expression? Too many hands in the kitchen spoil the soup. Something like that. And that's your thought. Please leave me alone. Let me have a moment to make my own meal. They know that you don't eat what they cook. It's not your thing. You don't care what they eat. But they shouldn't be telling you what to eat. But they do, because they're superior. Remember that. Okay, that's why I'm here right now. Because it's 3:18. I'm diabetic. I haven't had what I need to eat today. I haven't really eaten today. Okay. And part of that was my fault. I had appointments and doctor's appointment. And that was a whole ordeal right there. And I had something really early this morning. Okay, I'm going to give you an example of why I'm not perfect. For one thing, eating that. I have to be on a low sodium, low calorie, low carbohydrate diet. I just got myself a burger. But I have not eaten. And when I left, Adam's, come on people, it's Adam's niece, she's 31, just recently, and she's been in the kitchen since early this morning. See, that was what triggered me, is I need to be in the kitchen, I need to be able to cook, And I think she just got to where, like her mother did a few years ago, to tell me what I'm supposed to eat and not eat. I think she's there. And oh no. You know, it's just the people who find something they want to be superior. But what I did that was wrong besides that was, see this thing over here? See that right there? Well, I just passed it. Okay, that thing on the other side of this car, why is it there? Why is it there? But I took fault for it, that I just ran over it. Not totally over it. My bumper, the front part, went over the curb when I was backing up. And I take fault for what I did. And but I was parked there, and I backed up, and I had been parked there for a while. Maybe I'm trying to find a place that has some shade. I don't think this has a total loop. But yeah, I ran smack dab over it. I even laugh about it, you know, I make mistakes. I am not a perfect person. I say that all the time. So, okay, anyway, that is where I like to park, because that's the only place that really has shade. And I didn't want to park where I was because a lot of street people. What do they call street people these days? What's a PC? I don't mind being PC. I don't want to hurt people's feelings. You know, and I'm not that kind, like I said. Not. Overall, I'm really not judgmental unless I have to be. And that have to be is when what they're doing is detrimental somehow to my health. Or it's just extremely negative, stressful, you know, and with my health condition, I have a rare health condition, and which causes all these things that are the reasons I have to eat a certain way at a certain time and take up these medications and all that. And if it's somehow that is going to be bad for me, then yeah, I'm going to say something. Like people, like I said, all these things that I'm saying they do, and they do more than that. And like I said, this is not just one set of people, not just, you know, my current situation, or it's just a combination of all that I've seen and what it's been triggering. Those memories, those bad memories of the way some people are, you know, and then they act superior on top of it, sit there, like I said, not considerate. They are prejudiced and right in front of me or me and some, you know, other people, and talk bad that they're superior and we are inferior. You know, it's just like, you're amazing. You know, it's just, I'm laughing that what nerve kind of laugh. What nerve? You know, and lately I have, like I said, so triggered. And I've wanted to do video, but I don't know. I've had a lot of you know, too much goes on in my life, and too much of it is so that's triggering me. So anyway, like people's laughter. If somebody cackles and they're very loud while they're talking bad, and they cackle, or sound like a laughing hyena, you know, that seriously triggers me. Seriously. And it's that whole superior attitude behind it. Well, no, that's not what superior people do. See, I can be judgmental too. Their judgment, though, like I said, is to say that their ways are superior, like their ways of not bathing. And they don't even care if they're just at home either. Some of them, if they're going to something that's going to somehow might land them with making some money, or getting money, going to work, they'll take a shower, you know, or a bath, whatever, shower, bath, both. But not unless they are going to be in front of their boss or somebody would, you know, but they might get fired. That's not superior. That's not superior at all. Nobody wants to be around your odor, your stench. I mean, I'm talking, it can go on for months. Okay? And they reek. Their clothing, they don't wash. They don't just take off their, you know, clothes and change. They don't do their pits or their, like people say. I was like, pits, okay? First time I heard it. But they don't do that. They don't put on deodorant. They don't. Some of them wear so much cologne. I have allergies to chemical allergies, and cologne can really literally kill me. It's because some of them will just spray it so much instead of showering or bathing. They're going somewhere. Some of them don't care, like I said. They go to stores, they go to everything, whatever. You know, I have seen this, not too much, with other people, like in grocery stores, except one time. And I felt so sorry for her. She was a new mother. She had her baby with her. And she looked so tired. You know, she looked exhausted. Hey, I can say, you know, I'm not going to say anything bad about that. That's a new mom. It could be a new dad. Anybody. You know, I'm not going to say something negative because that's a harsh, and sometimes really hard, especially like they used to say, if you have a colicky baby, you have one that cries a lot, okay, and you don't get sleep. You're a single mom or a single dad or whatever is the situation, you know. When babies and children are involved, no, I'm not that judgmental. I'm not judgmental to say something. But these are people who will, I mean, just imagine a person who's not bathing and showering and that has really poor hygiene, very poor hygiene. And they're not like, I was going to say this, but it's still being judgmental, not a good way. But you remember the show Cops? I haven't seen that show Cops since probably decades. I didn't like the show, but decades ago. I think it's been on for 30-something years. I looked it up. I think it was 36, or there was something else was on about that length of time. I was never much on watching TV. Till more recently, like past few years, maybe a couple of years, I don't know. But that show Cops, these are not people you would expect to be on Cops. You know, these are people you expect to be like winning awards, and I don't know how to describe it, but it's still, that's, you know, but I'm saying that because it is. These are people you think of upstanding people, pillars of the community, this kind of thing. But once you get to know them, you know, behind the scenes, and like I said, it's several families. I've seen families that don't do this, a lot of them, okay, but these stick out. You're like, whoa, Rose, where did you learn that? Seriously. And then they show that they say, they don't show, they say they're superior to your ways, and laugh and cackle. See, I'm going over and over and over this on purpose. You know, drilling it in, you know, making it, not drilling it, but making it very clear they are not perfect. And their ways are, it's rotten, like rotten eggs. Seriously, stench, the odor, and then it's kind of like some of them, like it's doused with salt on top of it all, you know? Okay, anyway, that was good. I ate, oh my goodness, I needed to eat so bad. Like I said, I said that I didn't eat today, but I did have something early this morning. It was Ritz crackers. Yeah, and then I had this appointment. I hadn't slept but 4 hours last night. Doctor's appointment. It was a big mess because it was a telemed my first time. And the portal, apparently I've used that portal before for a different doctor. I don't like doing anything online. Victim of identity theft? No. And it was just such a mess, and it went on for like 2 hours, and I was so tired. I mean, I was so tired. Then I went back to bed after that. 4 hours sleep, if that much at night. And good thing, I mean, was that we talked about my medicines and how I can make it better. So that seems like I told her, so I think that's my biggest problem, is she said it. I don't remember. I was a sleepy. I was a sleepy, okay. But yeah, I was sleepy and still kind of. But she said, you know, I could adjust I asked her, because I told her, I said, I'm not sure if I could adjust these one medication to where I can get some sleep, some good solids, you know, have at least 8 hours instead of just 6. That's what I have been doing because of the medication. And she said, yeah, she said, and so she talked to me about how to do it, and that's good. Yeah. I don't usually, I've changed healthcare providers so many times because I usually don't get anybody who's going to tell me. I'll ask the question, I hear crickets. So eventually I just say, screw you, you know. Okay, now I'm going to go to the grocery store. I wasn't sure if I would or not. But hey, I got some food in me, and now my body says, okay, we can do this. You know? Hopefully I don't run over any curb. Yeah, they took this place out of here, this business, a few years ago. And you would think eventually, I think it was a Taco Bueno. You would think eventually something would go on. Police stations are over there. Anyway, so you know, things that have happened that trigger me and all, and I mean, it's more than just that. You know, I've talked about, you know, like I said, I didn't say this, but I'm a social behavioral scientist, and what I did say what I taught, you know, at college, university, and it was, you know, a lot of things, and some of these things that I question because, you know, I'm not a prejudiced person. I studied different, you know, ethnic groups. I've studied a lot. I was a career student over 20 years. And I am interested in finding out, you know, the differences between ethnic groups and their homeland. Ooh, scary. And, I mean, that is, it's interesting to me. But when I hear something like that, and it isn't always necessarily white people that they're attacking. Any prominent, ethnic group that's not their own. Here in the United States, we have plenty. So, but they'll just attack them like, but don't you attack them? Oh, no, then that makes you prejudiced. You know, no, you are. And like I said, it doesn't have to be white for them to attack. They think they're superior. Now, there's also this of just some families. Okay, so I don't even like to say, you know, well, it is their families. No, not everybody in that ethnic group would do that. I've been around, like I said, my whole adulthood. I'm 61. Okay, people from various, and then not all do that. You know, some of them are just, they're the ones being attacked by some, whatever group thinks that they're, whatever family. I've been around groups too. So, you know, but no group, no person, no family represents the whole. You see? I want to make that clear. But this thing, like, I mean, for me especially, I think what really stands out is when people stink. And it's probably because of, you know, I have chemical allergies, so I can't wear things that, you know, I can't use certain products that have fragrance in them, so I'm not nose blind, you see, which, me being nose blind, the stuff is still there, you know, whether I am or not, but I smell it. Oh my gosh, you know, I mean, imagine just walking up to, in a store, and you're standing at the counter and the person next to you reeks. Okay, just the odor is horrendous. Horrendous? Some of the words I use these days, you know, because some of them, they haven't been used in so long. Like today I was thinking vagabond. When was the last time you heard vagabond? Yeah, have you ever? It's like an old-fashioned word. You know, we older people, we know a lot of words through all those generations, how people change the, you know, so we know a lot. Think about that. Anyway, I need to get over it. You're hovering over there. But anyway, I can give another example. This one I'll say, it was a neighbor. I'm not going to say which neighbor, but I don't give people's names anyway. I use fake names, yeah, or anything that would locate them. But there's a neighbor years ago. No, it wasn't really too many years ago. But well, this part, yeah, she seemed to think that she would tell the people, me, I used to walk my dogs. My dogs, not this set of dogs, the ones before. The other ones have passed. And I used to walk them every day. You know, I had two. I would walk one, then come back and walk the other one. Well, she didn't. She decided to tell me where I should take my dogs to walk them. Okay, stay in your lane, woman. You know, really. I'm not talking about somebody driving. I'm talking about her. But she did. She had the nerve to tell me where I should take them to walk. No, we have sidewalks. This is a free country. I'm going to walk my dogs where I'm going to walk my dogs. But she was that type that believed, she is that type, to believe that she's superior. Hopefully. Why are they doing something else now? We thought we were finished with that. Okay, I should have turned into that lane. Yep. See, I'm not perfect. But anyway, I just ignored her. I thought, it's a nerve of you, woman. You know? But I really am. I'm nice to a fault, and I'm not bragging. I'm just stating fact, and I'm not apologizing for it. I should not say just. You know, like I'm just. No, I am who I am. You know? And no reason. Anyway, but she was such nerve to tell me where I should take my dogs. And she's my age. She's 6 months older than me, and she told me her daughter was the same way. Her daughter's about the age of Adam's niece, and her daughter is like that. Her son was one to try to tell. He was the same way, and just on and on. You know, you don't tell people how they have to live their lives. You see, and she just said something to Adam the other day. You know, and oh my God, it goes on and on. Okay, that they're just like they run the show and they're superior, and what channel they watch, what news they watch, how they vote, everything. They are superior. That's how they see it. And then she's really not. Like one day I was driving by the park, you know, driving down the road, and there's a park there, and she had parked there, and I'm just driving down it like where you drive. She threw open her door and had a dog. She had her phone on her left shoulder and a dog in her right hand, and she just threw open that door. It's like, hey, whoa, wait, you know, I'm driving down there, and I'm not driving fast. I'm driving even below the speed limit. And I can tell you, if I would have stopped, she would have yelled at me that I was wrong. No, you don't open your door into a road. You know, just slam it open without looking. But I can tell you, because this is how she is about everything. She does things wrong, everybody else is at fault. Okay? And, I mean, there's been more things recently. It's like, yeah, y'all need to get a grip. I mean, really. Seriously. She actually heard me. I was in the house with Adam when the latest one said, I said, that's it. I'm going over there. And she was outside and she apologized. And I was stern. I'm not a rude person, so I was stern with her. You know, I've always been like that. But the thing about, I was talking about people stinking. She's one of them. These are people who, you know, own businesses. Stinking one time. And there's a whole story behind that. I was being nice to her because she got locked out of her house. It was in the winter time. I don't remember which one. And she got locked out of her house, and it was nighttime, and so she had a dog with her, and I had dogs, and I couldn't invite her in the house because of the dogs. And, you know, and her dog, they probably would have fought. You know, that's not a good thing to spring on a dog, you know, or dogs. And so we sat in my SUV, and she kept saying she really didn't want to. Well, I figured it out quickly. It was because she stunk. I mean, she stunk bad. And, but I didn't say anything, you know, I'm not a rude person. But at least she realized, you know, she didn't really want to get in the car, you know, because I had the heater on for us, because she stunk. Other people I know, they don't care that they stink. And some of them don't even realize. I mean, how can you not realize if you're not bathing for months? And some people would say that's a sign of depression. I agree. I've heard that too. I was a career student. I was studying to become a counselor. Okay? I mean, I would agree that for some, it could be. I don't diagnose myself, you know, anybody. There's a squirrel I didn't want to hit in case it took off. But yeah, I mean, I heard it, but that doesn't mean it is it. Just because we've heard people who don't bathe or shower or whatever, they, you know, they may be depressed. They may suffer from depression. Could be, like I said, could not be. But sometimes it's when you see multiple people in their family, or you're around them at some point, like, I don't know, maybe a wedding in their family, or a wedding you would think they would clean up, not necessarily, but and anything, you know, anything like they're having a family get together in their home, or just a holiday, and some of them stink. You know, some of them, they don't care even then. You know, we're just at home, we're just family. You know, they don't even make excuses because they don't really care. You know, it's your fault. If you say anything, you're rude. If you say, you know, you're even trying to tell them, hey, you know, you're trying to give them a constructive criticism. So don't go around like that. You know. And to me, people in my culture that I grew up with, people, not just mine, it's an insult. It is an insult. Now, I'm not saying my culture's all right and everybody else is all wrong. No, not at all. That's what they do. That's what I'm saying. They do. But I don't know I can't say I don't know of anybody. I don't know of anybody personally who's not within these different families that would say it's okay to stink. Seriously. That it's okay to change stuff around in somebody else's house. It's okay to just show total laziness and lack of respect, lack of consideration for another. I don't personally know anybody who's not within their families. I didn't say ethnic group, I said families. These various families that think that it's okay. In fact, like I said, we think it's rude. Me and the other people that I know, I don't know of anybody, I don't tell anybody really that I know these things. This is what I use to vent, is making videos. See? So I don't tell all these people. And maybe every blue moon, I don't like that because it's too close to gossiping, you know. And nobody watching this is going to know who these people are. But people I know personally would. And that to me is just kind of malicious gossip, unless it's something they need to know. Somebody needs to know. You know, because some of these people are not trustworthy either at all. You know, what's going on up here? Seriously. My goodness. Yeah, it's after the school zone, so I don't know. I mean, it's after the school zone time. Yeah, that makes sense, right? And they got a certain time. I had to double check it. I said, wait a minute. Yeah, because they changed it one time. This one over here, they changed it before, and I think a lot of people were confused too, because and I double checked. I remember, and each time I went by there, I said, wait a minute. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. So, like I said, I'm not perfect. But you know, this trip so far, I have not had anybody tailgate me. Wow. All the way there to that place, to the Burger King, to park to eat, to drive through here, back to here. Nobody. Every time I make a video for I don't know how long. Somebody would be tailgating me, sorting even in my neighborhood. You know, there are probably people who think they're superior, and then I'm wrong for not going 40, 45 in a neighborhood with kids. No, I don't speed. I'm thinking about the kids, not you getting there 1 minute earlier than where you want to go. Nope, I'm not going to do it for anybody. Anyways, but I'm not perfect, as you saw. But at least I didn't hit a curb today. So, anyway, but I am one to say, if I did something wrong, I did it wrong. You know, but they're not. No, even, I'm serious. That was another thing I wanted to mention. Okay, I got to the part where it's the people on the road. I'm going to do this in case some kids come up. I don't put people's kids in my videos. Try real hard to, but like I said, I'm not perfect. And I keep saying perfect, don't I? Perfect. I say it right. But anyway, what was I saying I wanted to mention? Maybe I need to do it in another video. This one might be getting long, and probably is. After all that, now I'm going to go into this store. It's going to be a lot of kids in there, I bet. And hopefully it's not too busy. But I'm trying to put my shoe on. I don't drive with my shoes on because I have edema. You know, I have this rare health condition that causes all kinds of things to go wonky. And all the reasons I have to take medicines and have diabetes and hypertension and all that. But and the edema, you know, my feet, they swell up, the ankles and that. I can't wear shoes. I never was one to wear them. Seriously. And I think it was when I was, you know, teenager and just did the driving. At some point after that, my foot with the shoe came off of the brake or something because it was slick and raining or something. Something told me, that's not for me. So I drive without my shoes on. Usually I have socks on, but I can't wear socks anymore either. Not regular socks. Boy, you didn't need to know all of this. Told you I'm not perfect. But yeah, I mean, wasn't that what I said? That these are people who they don't believe they're ever wrong. They believe you're messed up. You are because you think that people should bathe on a regular basis or shower, you know, at least sponge off or towel, use a towel, something to take the stench off. They won't wear underarm deodorant or anything, you know, because you believe they're wrong. You know, it's really you. It's really, you know, it's really you when you don't drive past the speed limit. It's really your fault. You're messed up because you don't believe in doing these things, breaking the rules. What is that other expression? You know, just buck the system, or beat the system. You're not that type to do all that. That is you. You weren't raised right. You know, because that's what you're supposed to do. You know, the rules are made to be broken. Those speed limits are just suggestions. Those people who do that, and they're taught by their family, you know, that this is how you do. Lie on your resume. Everybody does. No. Good, decent people don't do these things. You know, be judgmental, sit there and talk bad about other people's, other ethnic groups. And are very prejudiced, you know, being very prejudiced and discriminate against them if you have the opportunity. That kind of mentality. That's what I'm talking about. They're wrong. They're not going to say they're wrong. They're not going to feel like this person backing up here and making somebody stop. Oh, you can't see it. Yeah, I just said that I'm going to do this. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to talk to you on another video. Bye.